Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Coffee with Craig. We very much appreciate you guys tuning in, joining us as we talk about firearms policy, politics, culture, movies, you name it. We're talking about it right here on Coffee with Craig. Please take a moment to like and share this video so that your friends can join in the conversation. Also, if you're listening to us via podcast, tell your friends about us so that they can download the podcast via Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. We have about 9 different platforms. If you want to know which ones, all you have to do is follow the link in the description of our video for anchor.fm/coffee with Craig, and you can see all of the different app options for our podcast. Also, please remember, visit FPCgear.com. That's FPCgear.com. You know that every penny that you spend there goes right back into the fight for our constitutional right to keep and bear arms. One of the shirts that we have for sale there, right here. Gun rights, because I can't have a cop in my pocket. Once again, one of my favorite sayings. But we also have very cool t-shirts. We have our quality t-shirt. We have ammo t-shirts. We have hoodies. We have coffee mugs. Go there, please. Support the Second Amendment and look good doing it. That's FPCgear.com. All right, moving right along. One of the things that we've seen that's been happening is how even politicians who know that they can't necessarily get around the Second Amendment, you know, that whole thou shalt not infringe thing. Well, some politicians have decided that since they can't get around the thou shalt not infringe when it comes to firearms, they figure they're going to find other ways. And one of those ways has been to address the issue of ammunition, or restrict our ability to be able to get access to ammunition. Well, one such individual is actually, his name is Reggie Davis, and he's in Wayne County, Michigan. And he's got an idea that will severely limit and restrict, or at least increase government control over our right to keep and bear arms by limiting our access to ammunition. Check it out.
There's a new fight to save lives in Wayne County with something called the Bullet Bill. Wayne County Commissioner Reggie Davis just announced a plan that would limit sales of ammunition in Wayne County. It would also require gun buyers to get mental health background checks. Gun owners would have to buy bullets from police and other law enforcement agencies. Davis also wants to tax ammunition sales and use that revenue to help victims of gun violence and for educational programs. His team has also made a mission to remove illegal guns from the street.
Let's begin to unload guns that mean harm to us. Let's take the bullets out of guns that our mentally ill family members may have access to. Yes.
Davis's brother was shot and killed in Detroit, so he says this bullet bill is personal.
Yeah, clearly it's personal because there's absolutely nothing professional about this particular piece of legislation. Once again, another piece of legislation that is proposed that does nothing more than put an additional onus, additional restrictions and burdens upon law-abiding citizens. Like, for example, the need to get a mental health check. How much is that mental health check going to cost? They're probably not going to say. And it's probably going to cost somewhere in the area of hundreds of dollars. Imagine if in order to purchase a firearm, every time you have to go purchase a firearm, you have to go through a mental health check and spend, I don't know, $500 to $1,000 on a psychiatrist or a mental health professional to give you a clean bill of health. Well, that's going to do a lot to make it so that otherwise law-abiding citizens won't be able to afford to be able to own a firearm. So on top of purchasing a firearm, on top of all of the things that go into purchasing the ammunition and the money that you might spend at the range training and all of that stuff, nope, forget all that, because you're now going to have to spend an additional amount of money in order to get a mental health check. Now, let's also talk about the fact that they want you to actually have to buy ammunition from law enforcement, to buy the ammunition from the government. Now, what's to say that the government is going to make itself available for you to be able to purchase ammunition when you need it? They may say, well, you know what? We're going to sell ammunition on the second Thursday after a blue moon. What, that, you know, for 2 hours from, say, 10 a.m. to noon. That's your time to be able to purchase ammunition. And by the way, we're only going to have shotgun shells and .22 caliber. That's the ammunition that we're going to have available for sale. Well, hey, you have access to ammunition, right? Right? You just have to make sure that you get there. Oh, by the way, because only the government can sell it, we're going to sell it for, let's see, 22. Yeah, we'll sell it for $1 a round for 22. Is that incredibly far-reaching? Is that unbelievable? No, it's not. When you look at municipalities that say, well, okay, yes, we believe you have a right to bear arms. You have a right in California, for example, to be able to conceal carry, but it's actually at the discretion of law enforcement. So you have some municipalities, like the city and county of San Francisco, that for some reason there are only 4 people in the entire county that have a valid reason to be able to conceal carry. Only 4 people in all of San Francisco. In the county of Los Angeles, that number's higher. It's 198. But all but 9 of them are related to, or in some way related to, law enforcement. So only 9 people who are not law enforcement in all of Los Angeles County are given the ability to be able to conceal carry or have a reason valid enough to be able to conceal carry in Los Angeles County. Think about that. That is exactly how anti-gun politicians, anti-gun, anti-Second Amendment municipalities are going to go about limiting and restricting the rights of citizens. You say you believe in the Second Amendment, Mr. Davis, but yet and still you do everything possible to subvert it. That is not support for the Second Amendment. That is the exact opposite. And, you know, and I get it. Someone you know, your brother, died because some
If you like our videos, follow, subscribe, like, and share.